Nathan Bilger, our Building and Planning Department.
Thank you. This is for the rezoning, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As you, I'm sure, have reviewed and discussed, what's before you is a requested rezoning for almost 800 acres down in Jefferson Township. The applicant was Brian Emmerich on behalf of himself, as well as I believe he represents the corporate farm as well, or the Emmerich farm as well, is the owner of a couple of properties. They are seeking to rezone the acreage from AG, agricultural, to AGP, agricultural production. And all of these properties are located west of 600 East. The Plan Commission considered this at their July meeting after having a small snafu with notice requirements. Those were met, and the Plan Commission wound up having on the first go, a unofficial vote. It was not a majority vote. And so after discussion, they wound up making a motion to forward no recommendation to the commissioners, which just means that in this case, they could not come up with a quorum to forward either a favorable or unfavorable recommendation. So that was how it was certified to you. I'm really going to keep this brief because I'm sure you have questions for me, or you've had plenty of time to review it. So if you have questions for me, let me know.
I have none, sir.
I think we've lived this for
Yeah,
quite a while here.
This is not new to us. We've had it around for a while. So at this time, I have no comments to make, so I'll pass to Commissioner Western if he has any comments.
At this time, I have none.
Mr. Schrum.
Yes, Chair, Mr. Chair. I'd like to say that this zoning request became an issue that's divided many in this room and listening at this time. For me, I had to look at the issue of what does AGP provide that is not found in the Emmerich's current AG zoning, and what would prevent them from rezoning to the AGP in the area requested. AGP for farm communities provides assurance that the land will be used primarily for agricultural purposes and to preserve areas of agriculture. It doesn't place any restrictions on surrounding land areas, but does open up the possibility of intense farming with large industrial type CAFOs. The current AG zoning that the Emmerich's land exists on allows with a smaller class 1 CAFO in addition to a class 2, but the class 2 must be approved by the BZA and must abide by our developmental standards and IDEM approval. We have over 29 CAFOs that are in class 1 and class 2 in Whitley County currently with no issues of lowered home values in the area or constant nuisance odors. They are considered family farming. The opposition that I'm receiving is in the majority, the issue of CAFOs being allowed because of the AGP zoning, large CAFOs. Remember that the current AG zoning that the Emmerichs operate under right now allows for family farming CAFOs of class 1 and class 2. I would have to agree that I don't feel that the industrial type class 3 or class 4 CAFOs should be allowed in this area, as it's closely located to residential areas and the issues of increased traffic and road conditions. The only way that I could approve the AGP zoning would be if class 3 and class 4 CAFO operations would not be allowed. Therefore, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the AGP zoning request with the Emmerichs with the stipulation that class 3 and class 4 CAFO operations not be allowed.
Okay, thank you, George. We have a motion on the floor to,
Yeah, I don't know what else I can say. The motion, it was pretty well covered, and I'll second that motion.
okay. We have a, do you have comment?
Oh, go ahead and.
We have a motion on the floor to allow it without the possibility of a Class 3 and Class 4 CAFO.
Yes.
Okay. And we have a second. All in favor of the motion, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign.
As a matter of procedural clarification, we'll proceed with this as a written commitment from the Emmerichs, and that commitment can be recorded, will have to be recorded, so that it runs with the plan, and that still is subject to attorney review and so on. So
Nathan's really close to having that done. I've preliminary looked at it already, and I think subject to legals and things, it's close, so we should have that in the next day or two.
yeah, and whether the Emmerichs need to review it also. And then this is the, I had two versions of the ordinance, one anticipating potentially commitments, so that's the one that would need to be signed. It would be effective upon recordation of commitments. So,
Do we need to approve this ordinance?
you just did.
We just did. We
You
just
need
need
a-
to sign it.
You need a ordinance number.
Ordinance number, please.
2020-09.
I'll let you put it on there, thank you. We're not taking public comment, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, so we have before us then ordinance 2020-09. We've had a motion to approve it with a 2 for and 1 against. And with that, that will conclude then the rezoning information, so anyone that doesn't want to stay around in boring commissioner meeting, you're welcome to leave at this time.
Don, did you sign that?
Mm-hmm.
You voted against it.
Well, it didn't say yea or nay. I think it should say aye or nay.
We will make that correction and have you guys sign a revised version.
I would like that, yeah, thank you very much, I appreciate
We
that.
can do that.
Okay, appreciate that.
While I'm up here, if you don't mind, from last meeting, we had, correct me if I'm wrong, if you don't mind, we had a couple pending Plan Commission nominees. Have you had a chance to look at those?
Mm-hmm, we have,
Okay.
we have.
And I had
Are
another one.
you ready? Oh, I'm sorry.
I also had another one that was a nomination that I am still researching the political party affiliation on as well, so I just wanted.
So therefore, we need to go over this next nominee, and I move we table that decision until we get to look over the next one.
It's up to you.
Do you think that's something you can have by the 1st of September
I
meeting?
definitely can. I need to.
Okay,
Like I said,
okay.
it's a matter of verifying.
Okay.
Party.
All right, we have a motion on the floor to table the nominee for the planning commission.
I'll second.
We have a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, the same sign. Thank you.
Thank you.
Attorney Shipman, sorry to snub you.
That's okay. Good idea to get that out of the way. So the only things I have really are contracts kind of that Jana has that I've reviewed. The new proposal from SRI, the company that kind of helps us manage the tax sale. I've looked through a contract from Peterson Consulting that's just a renewal of a previous contract that I've looked through. Both of those appear fine. Still waiting on the revision on the subcontractor that Preferred is looking to hire to kind of help map us our servers, and so I haven't seen the revised contract on that.
Okay. Okay.
We can either approve those now, or we can just do them later.
We have them as we go down through here, I think, so.
Well, the SRI one is not.
No, the SRI is not on there. You wanna,
Janet gave me that at the last commissioners meeting. It is, exactly the same other than the terms as the previous contract we had with SRI, so I didn't see any problem with it.
It's tax sale, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they
Okay.
managed our
All right, all right.
property tax sale for us.
Jana, do you want to mention anything about it? Do you want us to vote on that today? If so, you'll just need to kind of mention something about it.
Yeah, I mean, you can if you would like, but yeah, it's just for our tax sale that we have every October, usually.
Is there anything that
as
needs
long
to
as-
happen between now and September that maybe there may be, because we are getting close to October?
I don't believe there's anything, it's just the contract.
It is
Just
really the
normal
same
yeah.
contract, but
Is it
If you guys
an
haven't seen
annual contract?
I believe it is.
Yeah, for a period of 1 year.
Okay, 1 year, all right. So that'll just get us through the tax sale,
Yes.
next tax sale, okay. What's your thoughts, gentlemen?
I'd make a motion that we approve the SRI contract amendment as presented.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion. I'm so sorry. We have a motion and a second on the floor to approve the annual SRI contract. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, it does have also.
I think the last one's on the next page on that.
And I'm sorry, this is what now?
Yep, and there's the second page that needs signed.
Oh, it's a second.
Yep,
Okay.
it's all one, but
Is that different than what I'm signing here?
it's all the same, it's all one contract, but there's just a couple of places you have to sign.
Oh, a couple of places we have to sign, okay. Tom, this might be a little confusing for you. You got 2 lines here, then you gotta flip it over, and you've got 2 more lines. This was a little easier.
What about this and some more?
Yeah. Yeah, this contract requires signatures twice.
Was there 2 on this one we had to sign, or just 1?
Well, I don't know.
One on that one and the next one.
There's another one there.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, Scott. This is Scott Wagner with the Board of Health,
Good afternoon.
and I think you gave us information, didn't you?
Yes, I sent it out ahead of time. We're here to get a water well exemption for Jeremiah and Lisa Law on East Kaiser Road. They're remodeling their home, and the new addition to the home will be closer than the 10-foot requirement to the well. You should have a letter here from Richard's Well Drilling. You should have the maps, the home addition area, and they got plenty of room around that property.
Okay.
And if you approve it, they'll sign the exemption from the health department and covenant to home harvest, the commissioners.
Oh, good, okay, good,
And it'll be
Good.
recorded to the deed.
okay. I
All right.
appreciate that, so.
After reading this, Mr. Chairman, I move we approve this, water well liability release or exemption.
I'd make a second with making sure that we have the release signed also.
Okay. We have a motion on the floor and a second. Are you okay with the, Tom? It's your
Yes.
motion. Are you okay with the,
Yes.
with the stipulation that the water well liability release be signed? Okay, all in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Do you have any other questions for me with COVID or anything else at this time?
Yeah, is it gonna be over the next day or so? You know, people
Depends where
ask.
you're going. I think the state's kind of turning into this, what they call a positivity rate, and you've got my email with our
Yeah.
proposal of what that looks like for Whitley County. And the tough thing about it is, we have a wide variety of testing locations that take anywhere now from about 5 days to 21 days to get a result back. So it's hard to say when, like say, for example, since Friday, we've gotten 9 results back. But not all those people were tested in the last week, and not all those people got those results back in the last week. So we have to go through them individually
Okay.
and determine the time frame in which they were tested and the positive came back so that we can give you an accurate number. The state's number for Whitley County last week was 2.8%, so way down from what it had been just weeks before. So we're seeing an ebb and flow to some of this.
Okay, all right. Now, my granddaughter, before she could go to college, she had to have a test. She drove to Kindleville and got the results like the next day.
That's good. Yeah, some of them are quick, some of them are not. All depends on who's doing it.
I see. Okay, there's no rhyme or reason.
There is.
And I also understand that the convenience clinic on Connection Way can administer
Yes.
the test.
Correct, they will.
Is there a cost to this?
There is. If you go through the Parkview facility, your insurance will be billed if you have insurance. If you don't, there are free testing clinics, and people just need to go to the website, the coronavirus.in.gov, and there's a test siting site link at the top, and it'll show you all the locations in Northeast Indiana, the whole state actually. But
When the testing started, there were some restrictions that maybe you had to have a symptom or two, and
the Parkview facilities, you do have to have a symptom for that, but the Optum sites or the state-ran sites, you don't have to have any symptoms at
Okay.
all. Anybody can get a test.
okay, thank you.
Scott, I read someplace over the weekend, some saliva tests are coming, supposed to be. Have you heard anything?
Not that I've heard anything yet on those. They're still preliminary. right
Okay.
now. There's different actually nasal tests as well. There's the nasal pharyngeal, which are the most accurate, but those are the ones that go way back, to your brain. And then there's other ones that just do the nasal swab only. And so they have different varieties of whether they're accurate or not. Still, you're looking at least 30% false positives on most of your tests.
For mine, I don't think they'd find a brain no matter how deep they went, so it would be okay.
Would it be positive?
But I think.
I don't think so.
Our schools have started, 2 of our schools have started, have not had a lot of, feedback from Whitco, but chairbusco's had about a dozen students or more who've come down with the typical, I don't feel well, my tummy hurts, I got a sniffly nose, my throat's scratchy. Our policy is just this year that they go home, because all those symptoms could be COVID symptoms.
Yeah,
They could also
yeah.
be rhinovirus, they could be whatever. So there are some upset parents about that, so that is our policy this year, because if we get a positive student, there's gonna be many more people sent home, so
I would bet if there was a way, and there's probably no way, I would bet that the number's no different than any other school year. I don't know too many kids that like going back to school, especially when you've been off as long as they have been, and
The nurse has
And,
indicated that some of these are repeat offenders that from last year.
yeah,
Where they
that's what I'm saying.
go to school
So
and they don't feel good and.
I'm not that concerned about the COVID over there right now, so, but we'll wait and see. I'm
Are
glad.
you recommending that they go home and stay home for 14 days? Or
No, they're sent home until they're symptom-free.
Okay.
If they can go to their doctor, and if the doctor is willing to provide a note that says this is something other than COVID, then they can come back. A negative test does not allow them to come back, though. A staff person at the school and a child at the school cannot come back even if they've had a negative test. They have to wait the whole time if they have symptoms. So,
That's, with the state not counting absences this year, you're gonna get some of those that have a hard time
and we're
making
seeing
it to
anywhere
school anyway.
from 5 to 6% to 25% of people who are keeping their kids home, depending what school district you're looking at.
Yeah, I know
So
that
there's
is
a
true.
lot more e-learning and distance learning going on this year.
Well, I heard this story yesterday because my granddaughter's a fourth grade teacher at another school, and some of these kids that stayed home thought they were doing e-learning, and when they found out, no, you're going to sit by your computer all day because this is live, they didn't like that near as much as they did the
A lot
e-learning.
different, yes.
So
Scott,
thank you for the update.
What is the hospitalization rate on this right now in Whitley County or in our area?
No COVID people stay at Whitley County. They're all sent to Parkview Regional or Lutheran, depending on their preference on that. It's been very steady. It typically goes up on weekends and goes down during the week, and it usually is anywhere in the week in the single digits, then into teens and low 20s over the weekend. It's been the same way since February. It just goes up and down every weekend, and of course, we have people going in there with multiple other symptoms, such as heart disease, diabetes,
Sure. Yep.
falls, trauma, whatever. While they're in there, they're required to get a test. And so if they've had exposure
Oh.
and no symptoms, they then can be diagnosed with COVID, but that was not their primary reason to go in.
Right.
So,
right. But do they become a COVID patient
They
then
do.
at that time?
yes, so then they're
Okay.
isolated to that wing, no matter
Yep.
what their condition was that brought them in. So,
My.
we'll continue to struggle.
Anybody else have questions for? Well, thank you for keeping us up to date. Appreciate
Keep
that.
us posted.
Scott.
Sure.
Be interesting, see what happens when school starts here at the end of the week.
I've been to all 3 districts. We've looked at all their plans for athletics. That was a big issue. We've had only minor instances up until now with practices and athletes. We've given them numbers for which they can entertain. It's less than a third of what they normally would have, their capacities, because we're erring on the side of caution to begin with. And we'll review this as the school year goes on.
Thank you.
Okay. Do we have a representative from the South Whitley Library here today? Okay. Am I right spot? Yeah. South Whitley Library Board has asked us to have Jessica Auer nominated to the South Whitley Community Public Library Board of Trustees. Jessica and her family are residents of Richland Township. She will be replacing, Ms. Auer will be replacing Shannon Fortman, who is completing her second term and has decided not to continue service due to her many family commitments. Jessica has expressed her desire to serve the community as a board member. We have the certificate of appointment in front of me here, so I would entertain a motion to approve Jessica Auer to the South Whitley Library Board.
I move we approve Jessica Auer at South Whitley Community Library Board of Trustees.
And could you give me the permission to sign for that?
I s- in- With the board chair permission to sign.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve Jessica Hour to the South Whitley Library with the chairman signing. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Okay, so you want this one, right? Okay. Thank you. Okay, next on the agenda is the Peterson Consulting Engagement Letter. I believe that has to do with asset management. Okay. Okay.
I'd make a motion that we approve the contract with Peterson Consulting Services for the year ending December 31st, 2021.
And would you like to add to that, have the chairman sign?
And to have the chairman sign
There's
also.
only one. Here we have a motion.
I'll second that motion, Jenna. This is just a continuation of previous contract, no changes.
Yep, it's the same thing every year, and they help us with our asset reporting. for the
Okay,
annual
thank you.
report.
Okay, all in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Thank you, ma'am. All right, next on the agenda is the Lao tax software contract. And I don't know, have you seen that, Matt?
I have looked at it,
It's really a state
is
contract,
a
isn't it?
State Board of Accounts, there is an
Yeah.
Exhibit A, which has, some additional responsibilities and things outside of that, but I didn't see, any issues with those as well.
The contract, as he said, is a state contract. Okay, have a motion on the Lao contract?
Move we approve it.
Okay,
Second with discussion.
go ahead, sir, thank you.
I guess, Jana,
Yeah.
we're looking at 152,000, is that what I'm seeing here? Has that been approved by council?
That is, for the conversion costs. plus
Right.
3 years of history. So yes, they have asked that I advertise for an additional appropriation for their September meeting and for them to review it and approve it. But they have told us to go ahead and move forward with that.
Okay,
So, and then there's an annual maintenance fee that they said to put in my budget for future.
So we don't need to do a favorable pass to them,
No, they've
everybody's
already said that,
committed.
yes, this is.
Sound okay?
I'm fine.
Okay. All in favor of, and we all have to sign this one. All in favor of signing the Lao contract, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Oh, she gives me.
Do we have to sign that Exhibit A also? Looks like there's a signature page on that.
Yeah, there.
Exhibit A in here.
Yeah, there is a signature line for all three of you. as well.
I'll let you look, I'll let you look.
Treasurer, actually.
Does that go along with it, or does that need to be approved also? That
That's
just go along with
incorporated.
it, Jana?
It's incorporated. in the
Yeah.
contract.
Okay, fine.
Okay, and A. Yep, got it.
Is that signed?
No, this, down there's the real one.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna come around to that here pretty soon. Brandon thought there were three.
There it is. There's
Okay.
that one he okayed, this one he okayed. He did not okay this one.
He, talked to us, he didn't have a problem with that. So,
This, or this one?
yeah, so maybe we better hold off. Or we'll talk about it and see what these guys had to say. Okay, here's, Lau Associates, couple copies here. All right. Well, next on the agenda, we have the payroll and accounts payable claims. I had a chance to go through claims and found them to be in very nice, good order. No, I didn't have a problem with anything.
Will we pay the payroll claims?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve payroll claims. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign.
Also move we pay the regular expense
Accounts
claims.
payable. Okay, we have a motion to approve accounts payable.
Second.
We have a second. Okay. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. There's one. Thank you, sir. And you've had a chance to look at the minutes. Any changes that you saw need to be done?
I'd make a motion that we approve the August 3rd, 2020 minutes of the commissioners as presented.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the August 3rd minutes. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign.
Goodness.
I was gonna do it last.
Okay.
I got it down here.
Okay,
though.
good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, everybody sign. All right, permits. So, do you guys remember speaking with Brandon about the permit to bore underneath the Morses Road?
Yeah,
He didn't approve it.
who did?
Brandon.
We talked about it.
I know. That's why I was confused when she handed it to me. So I guess, to be honest with you, I would like to have a motion to table it till the next meeting, till we can find out for sure.
What?
Motion to table.
Second, but I hate to hold somebody up. Of course, that's only 2 weeks, so I guess.
We're not that far away, yeah. Okay, we have a motion and second on the floor to table the request to bore underneath the Morses Road. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Okay, with that, then we have a request from Ryan Geiger of Geiger Farms. To replace private drainage tile, 10-inch deep wall, approximately 5 foot in depth. The tile goes directly under county 15-inch culvert. Have talked with Jay Watt, and he's aware that the county will need to bring a new culvert, and we will need to provide the 10-inch dual wall tile since it's a private drain. This is to take place approximately 1,800 feet north of 750 North on 525 West, and Brandon did assign this approval.
Move we approve it.
Okay, we have a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a second. All in favor, raise your right hand.
Private utility, so I don't know what
Okay,
that means.
I don't either. He did too.
Okay.
He did too. That doesn't mean I understand it. The next request we have is from US Signal, S-I-G-N-A-L. And this is the kind we like, want to run fiber optic, okay? So, oh, it's in Smith Township, by the way. Not to me though, not on my road, so. All right, they want to run at East County Road 300 North, starting at US 33 and going to 850 East. Then north on 850 East between County Road 300 North and East Anderson Road. Then East Anderson Road between North 850 and County Road 800 East. North County Road 800 East from East Anderson Road to 550 North. 550 North is the one a lot of people call Blue Lake Road, but it's not. But it's a road that takes you from US 33 down to Blue Lake. We used to call it the H&O, but that H&O probably doesn't mean anything to you guys. So.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And then 550 North to County Road 800 and Turtle Road. So Turtle Road is a street. It's not a road. It's Turtle Run. It's Turtle Run in Thresher's Ridge. So that's what they're looking for.
So where do they end up going?
Well, it sounds like Thresher's Ridge to me.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Which it's kind of hard to fathom, but that's what their request is from US
All right,
Signal.
move we approve it. Brandon signed it.
Thank you. Let me check. He did, sir.
Move we approve it.
A second.
We have a motion, a second, to approve US Signal request. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign.
Is that part of the REMC project? at all?
and not go to Thresher's Ridge.
Okay, it's going to Thresher's Ridge,
We don't serve that.
which would be 200 yards from the fire station, which Indiana Fiber Network has fiber there. So, it's, yeah, I don't get it either, to be honest with you.
Where's the rest of them at? Inside there somewhere? Oh, they're,
No, it's three, yeah, this is,
So I wonder if US Signal is a third party for,
there's no doubt in my mind, they're a construction company, a construction company for somebody,
for somebody.
yeah.
It's quite a pile of papers there.
Okay. All right, the next thing I want to bring up are requests for the use of county facilities. And I want to tell you about the first one and explain how we got where we are. We had a request from Heather Crow to use the courthouse lawn and sidewalks to support their local police rally. And they wanted it last Saturday. So I spoke with Ms. Crow through the week and said, you really didn't give us any information. We'll need a lot more information, and you'll have to have it to me by Friday noon, and I was not contacted, so it failed to go just based on that. Also from Teresa is a request to use the courthouse facility on August the 25th from 5 to 8 p.m. Well, go ahead, Teresa. You can explain it better than I can read it.
Yeah, sure. So basically, I just.
Why don't you come up here, ma'am? Thank you.
Of course. So basically, it's just gonna be a gathering with elected officials and anybody in the community that wants to come out and show their support for law enforcement. It's gonna be from 6 to 7:30. I've got audio already. I've got all the permits from the city to close off Chauncey Street. And the local Women's Republican group is gonna be help sponsoring some things. We're gonna have shirts for sale to help the sheriff's department with their scholarship fund. The shirts for Cass, and then some Back the Blue shirts as well. So it should be a really good event, really positive. I've spoken to Sheriff about it. I did everything around his schedule. I've spoken to Scott Leatherman, the city chief of police. He's very well aware. Other law enforcement agencies are aware of it. So I tried to include everybody that I thought needed to be known, and I've been in contact with George about it as well. So it should be a really good event. There shouldn't be any trash. I will be there to clean up anything that needs to be cleaned up. I know there's a few signs around town. I will ensure that those also get pulled out once the event is over. So it should just be about an hour and a half, and then
Okay.
yeah, it will be gone.
So I can change the time requested from 5 to 8 to 6 to 7:30?
Yeah, but I wasn't sure because I'll be on the court.
Oh, that's good.
Setting a few things up,
Well, we
probably
can-
about 5, so I just didn't want you guys to wonder.
I tell you what, let's just leave it 5 to 8. That gives you time to get in, get out, so, okay. Okay, so, looking for a motion.
I'd make a motion that we approve the request for permission to use county facilities for Teresa for August 25th from 5 to 8 p.m.
Okay,
Second.
we have a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign.
Thank you.
One of the not to belabor the other one, that party had not talked to any of the police agencies. So the police agencies weren't even aware of what was going on. Okay. Okay, we, kinda at the last minute here, got a library appointment information. This is from from Rachel Ironman of the Chairbusco Public Library. Dear Commissioners, the members of the Chairbusco Public Library Board respectfully request the appointment of Crystal Wagner to a term of 4 years on the library board. We feel she would be an excellent addition to the library board. Her term would expire August 31st, 2024. She is replacing Jana Heil, who has moved out of the district. Enclosed, please find the required form for you to complete and return to us at the Chairbusco Public Library. So I'd be looking for a motion on the appointment.
I move we approve Crystal Wagner for the library board, Chairbusco Library Board.
Don has to sign also.
And Don could sign.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve Crystal Wagner on the Chairbusco Library Board. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Jan, if I just sign this, can you fill it in? Okay, thanks. Usually they're filled, excuse me, usually they're filled in.
Yeah, well, I don't know, I do.
Okay.
Don, you have these other requests?
Yep.
I don't know all of them, but some of them. Not that.
Okay. All right, we have three, I apologize, we have three more, county, permission to use county facilities. Okay. Oh. Okay. This is for July the 21st, 2021. I'm sorry, July 14th. Charlotte Blair, and Charlotte's been here before. She's with the DAR. There's going to be the dedication of the historical marker on the courthouse lawn, northeast corner from 12 noon to 3 p.m. That is on June the 14th, 2021.
Should we approve it or should we table it till next year? I move we approve it.
Okay. Have a motion to approve.
I'll second that with, date requested is 6/14/2021,
Oh, yeah. What'd they say?
July.
Did I? Sorry. June 14th, 2021. Stand corrected. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Okay, the next request is from Kelly Deacon, D-E-A-C-O-N, tenor ukulele player. From here in town, she's from here in town, and requesting the use of the gazebo on what is Christmas Eve, 12/24/2020. She's the only participant. Last year, I played Christmas songs for the people passing by on the way to and from Santa's visit fire department event. It was well received, and I'd like to do it again, weather permitting. No money, no tips, Do It for the Joy Only, set up at 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. So
I'd make a motion that we approve.
Second.
got a motion to approve, second. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. I think the one I gave you a second ago, I failed to mark granted. Did I fail to mark granted? Whoops. Sorry about that. Okay, thank you. Okay, then we have a request from Mitchell Hoffman. The organization is Bread of Life. There would be 4 participants, and the purpose to use the facility would be to give away Bibles. They're requesting to use the sidewalk and the lawn by the courthouse some Saturdays this fall. Set up a small table from noon to 2 p.m. I'm sorry, some Saturdays this fall and winter. And the time is set up a small table noon to 2 p.m.
Does the farmer's market go the same, does that overlap? I don't know that you guys.
No, the farmer's market goes until noon.
Till noon, okay.
Oh yeah, this is noon to 2. Okay, we have a motion.
Move we approve it.
Okay, we have a motion to approve.
Second.
And a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign.
Check with Don and see if he wants to do that. Do we want to do that?
Yeah, can we?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I don't know if any of you have had a chance to be at the courthouse recently. If you have, you see a lot of tape on the floor and some different things there. The one of the things the CARES Acts bring to us is security in a way to try to help reduce the level of COVID virus. And so from the security standpoint, we're looking at a new entrance to the courthouse, same place, north side. It'll be the only place you can get in. And it's a beautiful security system. It really is. And we have discussed it. We're gonna be talking somewhere in the neighborhood of $240,000 to $250,000, which so far looks like it'll be paid from the CARES Act. So we wanted to bring that up, and did you want a motion to continue on with the project? Currently, we're gonna take the money out of seeded, but it'll be replaced back in the seeded once we get this done. And I'll mention, the hardest part of the CARES Act to me is everything has to be done by 12/31/20. That's like around the corner. That's like tomorrow. That's tough. That's why we gotta move on some of this stuff, so.
I'd make a motion to approve and letting the chair sign.
Second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion second to have the chair sign the approval with the company not to install it. Well, I guess they do install it, I'm sorry. But our people I want to thank Mark Sturtevant and his crew, because they've been wonderful about working with us on this project. And we're pretty excited about it, and we're excited because the security is going to be. Oh,
Jerry's here. Did you want to
Jerry's
say
here.
anything about it, or? This is Jerry Womack from Womack Consulting.
I've repped this particular door for a lot of places.
Sit down so they, use the mic a little bit. We can't hardly hear you anyway.
Well, I'll take this off anyway, that'll make it
Yeah,
a little
thank
easier.
you.
Thank you.
I've installed quite a few of these doors, and a lot of them in justice centers, courthouses, that sort of thing. And it really works out quite well. And the metal detector that we're using will go down to a penknife level, provided we can tune that with your floor and your ceiling with those steel beams in it. But we will tune it once it's installed.
And I think we found that it's possible to put bulletproof in
Yes,
above and below.
that's also in the project. If you look,
Right.
and there's also a camera included to shine down onto the inspection tray where people would put any metal objects if it should go off. And I talked to Mark, and there's two extra cameras we can add to the system for yours to be recorded to show people coming
It will
through.
be recorded, yes, sir. And I believe we're going to fix the window to the security office so people can't shoot through the window.
Yes, that'll be ballistic also.
Yeah, that's a part of all this price that
Right,
I've put out there, so.
right.
I think it's, the Indiana Supreme Court is just really pushing the judges in every county to make your buildings more secure. And I think this really fits the bill for us. I've been excited about it since the day we saw it, so.
Well, Mr. Chair, also, it provides for less contact between our security people and the people coming through. So it really is, it's great for the COVID, reducing contact for that. And also, we're looking at probably putting in some kind of a temperature sensing unit so that we can tell if people have fevers coming in.
Yeah. And to boil this down simplistically, if you've been to a financial institution lately where you can go through the first door, but you can't get through the second door till the first door closes and they bring you on through. That's kind of the way this is. So you aren't gonna barge into the courthouse. Can't happen.
No, won't happen.
And it incorporates a metal detector also.
Yep.
I did hear back from Lori about how to, the refunding and things, and what she said is as long as the invoice for the initial payment is very specific, that it's not a down payment, but it's for specific items, that you're kind of a more detailed invoice that doesn't just say down payment, as long as it says X, Y, and Z, and I haven't seen the
Would you
invoice,
send
so
that?
if it's
give
detailed,
us
then
that.
that should be perfectly fine.
I didn't detail the invoice, but I can.
Yeah,
I
that's
can
why,
fix that.
since you were here, I just kind
Yes.
of pointed it out. The invoice itself needs to be specific, so then you get to be able to paper trail the reimbursement, because we're gonna pay it out of seeded initially, so,
Okay,
but that's easy to do.
that's easy to fix.
And I apologize. I'm not sure where we are in this
Well,
discussion.
we got a second.
So we've had discussion. Okay, all in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry.
You're welcome.
Is that just signed by you?
As soon as you get
I thought it was.
as soon as you get
Good, you're liable.
invoice, let us know.
I can send it to you.
Yeah, thanks.
I'll just rewrite it a little bit.
Just beef it up, yeah, just kind of put it in there, more detail about what it's,
Should I send it to you, Matt, or George, or?
Probably get it
maybe
to
both
Don.
of us,
Yeah.
or whichever, and I'm,
Yeah, we might say that we looked at this, what was it, 18 months ago, 24 months, 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
Started this 3 years
And-
ago.
Gosh, and, you know, it's a ton of money, but with this CARES Act money made it all possible.
Bless you, ma'am. All right, thank you, Jerry, appreciate it. Okay, Matt, do you have anything else for us?
I do not.
Okay. Jana? Okay. Everything, Jim? Gentlemen?
No, I don't.
Oh, boy. Okay, one thing I wanna bring up is, and guys kinda help me with this one, the pyramid, proposal. We have a proposal from Pyramid Corporation to assess the broadband capabilities throughout the county. So that's what we're looking at, and we need to make a decision as to whether or not, again, and I apologize, but all this stuff has to be done by 12/31/20. I hate being pushed, but I'm telling you, that's not that far away. It has to be done, it has to be completed, so I would look for a motion as to how you want to deal with Pyramid and funding, where the funding would come from.
Because of the fact that we're getting reimbursed, I would ask that by the CARES Act funds again, I would ask that we do approve that, and I'd make a motion that we approve the anywhere between $22,000 and $30,000 out of seed as presented,
And to be refunded back to CEDA.
right?
Okay.
Second.
Okay, we have a second. We have a motion, and a second, to approve the contract with Pyramid, with the thought that it would be reimbursed through the CARES Act. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Okay. And that was the only thing, the only other thing I think that I had. Anybody from the audience have anything to say? Bill, are you here officially? Okay. Okay. If not, motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
Thank you.